I'm certain that by the end of this video, you'll feel genuinely fortunate, because you only need one small signature each day. Every signature is a kind boundary. Every kind boundary is a piece of inner calm. When Libra's scales are set to true, money returns to its rightful place, emotions settle, and the home feels warm again.
If you're between 40 and 60 and you happened to find this on the Libra New Moon of October 21, this is not a coincidence. Libra rules the scales, contracts, clear boundaries, and fairness. Today is not about doing more, it's about doing right. Together, we'll re-sign the order of your money for the next 30 days. Less leakage, less tension, less people-pleasing, more peace, more agency, and more loving clarity. This is not complicated or lofty. I'm inviting you to make 3 to 6 small, signed actions with proof and a schedule, so your cash flows in the right direction and your heart feels lighter. Welcome, loves. As an astrologer who lives where the sky meets everyday life, I want to mark this moment with you. The Libra New Moon, the lunation of scales, contracts, clean boundaries, and true fairness. If you are between 40 and 60 and you found this video on October 21, it is not an accident. Libra doesn't ask us to do more, it asks us to do what's right. Over the next 30 days, we will re-sign the order of your money so it flows cleanly. Fewer leaks, less tension, less people-pleasing, more peace, more agency, and more loving clarity at home. I'm not here with anything lofty or complicated. I'm inviting you to take 3 to 6 small, signed actions, each with proof and a simple schedule, so your cash goes to the right places and your heart feels lighter. Think of it this way: one small signature a day is enough. Every signature is a kind boundary. Every kind boundary is a piece of calm. When Libra's scales are set to true, money finds its rightful place, emotions settle, and the family warms. Breathe in, settle your shoulders. We're going to write what matters and sign what protects. The 24-hour stillness rule. Libra teaches that balance begins in the pause. Before any major decision, especially any expense above the limit you set for yourself, give it one full night. The wrong path is almost always loud. It rushes you, floods you with urgency, and promises more than it can deliver. The right path is quiet and steady. It settles your breath and softens your shoulders. If a purchase crosses your threshold, close the tab, make tea, and let the night do its work. If you wake up lighter, sign. If your chest still feels tight or your stomach heavy, wait. This small delay is not hesitation, it is wisdom. It turns impulse into intention and keeps your month aligned with your real values. The scale remembers everything. In Libra's world, nothing honest is lost. Every small act of stewardship lands on the side of stability. The transfer to your safety fund the day after payday, the subscription you calmly downgrade, the simple family loan note you write so love does not have to carry awkwardness. You may not hear applause for these quiet moves, but the scale is recording them. Then one ordinary afternoon, the tire blows or the fridge fails, and you respond with calm instead of panic. That is the delayed blessing of consistency. Keep placing these gentle weights on the side of order. The balance will reveal itself at the moment you need it most. Closed doors are protection. A no is often a kindness in disguise. Libra protects harmony by keeping the wrong energy out, and that includes offers that look sweet but arrive without a deposit or with vague terms. Bless them and walk on. Clear milestones, simple language, and a fair retainer are not cold. They are loving boundaries that keep both sides safe from resentment. Imagine the client who wants priority but resists even a modest deposit. When you hold your standard, they drift away, and so does a future headache. That is balance doing its quiet work. Your time stays respected, your week stays calm, and your relationships stay clean because the rules live on paper, not inside anyone's throat. This page is simple on purpose. One sheet of A4 dated and signed by everyone who shares the budget. When rules live on paper, love can stay gentle. Begin by giving the pact a clear title, Our Money Boundary Pact. Then read it aloud together so every voice is heard before every pen is lifted. In the first paragraph, set a monthly spending ceiling. State it plainly and kindly. The household will not spend more than 70% of its net income in any month. This is not about scarcity. It is about leaving air in the system so there is room for emergencies, rest, and joy. In the second paragraph, promise to pay yourselves first. Commit to transferring 10 to 20% of income the day after money arrives, not at the end of the month. Split this transfer between a safety fund designed to cover 3 to 6 months of living costs and a retirement or conservative investment account you understand. Let the system protect you from impulse so your future is cared for before your feelings begin to bargain. In the third paragraph, make one warm, honest rule for family lending and gifting. No document, no lending. When lending does happen, it must be written with the amount, the purpose, a repayment schedule by week or month, and what will happen if a due date is missed. This is not cold. It is compassionate clarity. It keeps affection from carrying the weight of unspoken worry, and it prevents the heavy silence that can grow between people who love each other. In the fourth paragraph, declare a 30-day pause on new consumer debt. If something large calls to you, let one full pay cycle pass before you decide again. Time is a teacher. If the desire remains peaceful after a month, you can revisit it with a steady mind. Close the pact by setting a short review date, 20 minutes on the fourth Sunday from today, so you can check what felt good, what felt tight, and adjust with care. Then sign together. Take a clear photo or scan and place it in a folder labeled Libra Safe Money. A true, gentle story. A 48-year-old cousin had grown used to advancing a little for relatives. She meant well, but she was tired and anxious. Her household signed a one-page pact and put it on the fridge. The new rule was simple. Any loan, even within the family, must be written. Within 2 months, the quiet, temporary advances disappeared. The safety fund rose noticeably, and gatherings became lighter. The rules no longer lived in anyone's throat. They lived on paper, where Libra's balance can hold them. Automatic self-transfer and one-page deposit addendum. The second signature, automatic self-transfer. Vault first, feelings later. Create a standing order in your banking or finance app that moves money the day after income lands. Split the transfer between a safety fund, quietly building toward 3 to 6 months of living costs, and a retirement or conservative investment account you genuinely understand. This matters because the transfer happens before marketing, mood, or fatigue can bargain with you. It converts good intentions into a calm, repeatable system. And as the balance rises month by month, it becomes living proof that you care for your future self. Set it up by opening your app, choosing a scheduled transfer for the day after salary, pension, or invoice payment, and beginning with a realistic percentage of net income. If you are carrying high-interest debt, start smaller and raise the percentage once the storm eases. If your income fluctuates, keep the rule as a percentage so the habit scales with your reality. If you tend to forget, place a recurring note on the 4th Sunday to review whether to increase, hold, or pause. A relatable scene. Lynn, 51, used to save what's left. Nothing was left. She started with 5% the day after payday. 3 months later, an urgent dental bill arrived. She paid it without panic. "For the first time, I felt calm," she said. That calm is the real return. The third signature, one-page deposit addendum. Clarity first, then kindness. If you run a business, freelance, consult, or deliver any service, attach a single plain English page to each active client. The page states a deposit of 30 to 50% on signing to reserve your time and resources. A payment cadence of net 7 or net 14 after each clearly named milestone. A simple description of what counts as a milestone. A late fee rule, and the right to pause work until the account is current. And a promise that any change of scope requires email confirmation with a priced add-on before work continues. This is not harsh. It is warm structure that prevents silent resentment. Deposits act like weights on Libra's scale. They keep the project steady, shift you from chaser to partner, and protect your team's nervous system with predictable cash flow. Introduce it with a gracious note. Explain that the addendum keeps timelines clean and protects both sides. And when someone resists a deposit, share gently that the retainer is how you reserve dedicated capacity and decline overlapping work so their dates stay firm. A true everyday story. A 45-year-old spa owner was losing hours to no-shows and late payments. She moved to a 40% deposit, and net 7 on each package. Within one cycle, bad debt fell to nearly 0, staff tension dropped, and cash flow steadied. That result was not luck, it was clarity. You will know the addendum is working when, can we pay next week? Messages fade, the time between delivery and payment. Beneficiaries and limited financial power, fixed recurring costs, age-right insurance riders. The 4th signature, update beneficiaries and sign a limited financial authorization. Begin by reviewing every major account, banking, insurance, and retirement, and confirming who is listed as your primary and contingent beneficiary, with clear percentages beside each name. If anything is outdated, update it now. Then prepare a limited financial power of attorney that authorizes a trusted person to pay medical bills and essential invoices only if you are temporarily unable to act. This is not inviting bad luck. It is inviting speed and mercy at the exact moment time becomes expensive. It prevents people who love you from being stuck, arguing, or turning to predatory debt in a crisis. Tonight, list your key accounts, verify the current designations, complete a locally valid limited authorization that spells out scope, trigger, and duration, and save clean scans in a folder labeled Libra Safe Money. Let your trusted person know where the originals live. A gentle, true story. A 60-year-old uncle was admitted unexpectedly. Because a limited authorization was already in place, his spouse settled the hospital and pharmacy within an hour. No payday loans, no shame, no fights. Later he said, "I didn't just recover my health, I kept my dignity." That is Libra's balance at work. The 5th signature, fix your recurring costs for 6 to 12 months. Call your providers, internet, phone, software, cloud storage, and request a stable monthly rate for the next 6 to 12 months with a one-time right to downgrade if your usage remains low for 3 consecutive months. Predictable prices create a predictable nervous system. When fees stop jumping, surprise bills and hallway arguments fade. Fix the fee, and you fix a meaningful slice of risk. Be friendly and firm. Explain how long you have been a customer. Offer to commit for a year in exchange for a locked rate and a single downgrade option, and ask for the agreement in writing by email. Note your current price and usage before you call. Ask about loyalty or retention offers, and set a reminder to review everything 9 months from now so you are never negotiating from panic. The 6th signature, review insurance and add age-right riders, 40-60. Sit down with your policies and look at what would actually happen if life tilted. Confirm hospitalization coverage, both inpatient and outpatient. Then consider a serious illness lump sum and income replacement benefits for accidents or long recovery. The Libra approach is simple. Shield the rare but ruinous risks, the events that could unseat an otherwise stable family. Write to your insurer for clear quotes that match your age and health profile. Compare waiting periods and exclusions, and choose clarity over complexity. Strengthen your digital perimeter the same day. Turn on two-factor authentication for every bank and card. Enable real-time transaction alerts, and if why. High-interest debt first. If you're carrying large, high-interest debt, prioritize a payoff plan from the highest rate to the lowest. In the early phase, lower your pay yourself first transfer to 5-8% so your debt plan doesn't break under pressure. Once the heavy debt is under control, raise the transfer toward 10-20%. This keeps the habit alive while you free yourself from the most expensive burden. Shared assets, inheritance, and complex terms. If your documents touch joint property, inheritance, or complex legal clauses, seek guidance from a lawyer or accountant. Our goal is clarity and fairness, not going solo with guesswork. A brief professional review now can prevent years of confusion later. Variable income and client work. When income swings month to month, set your self-transfer as a percentage, not a fixed amount. This way the habit scales with your reality instead of snapping in lean weeks. If you run a business or freelance, make a deposit addendum mandatory for every active client. That deposit is the life jacket that keeps your boat steady when the seas of cash flow get rough. Tonight under the Libra New Moon. First, write down your 3 biggest money leaks: lending without a written note, unused subscriptions, and slow-paying clients. Second, sign 3 matching documents: the 1-page money boundary pact, the automatic self-transfer that begins tomorrow, and a 1-page deposit addendum for your 2 most important clients or partners. Third, place a weekly reminder on your calendar for the 4th Sunday to review together as a household. In the next 2 weeks, lock your recurring bills at a fixed rate, turn on 2-factor authentication, and enable transaction alerts. In the second half of the month, update beneficiaries, sign a limited financial authorization according to your local rules, and request quotes for any insurance riders you may need. You do not need to be perfect. You only need 1 small signature a day. Every signature is a kind boundary. Every kind boundary is a piece of inner peace. When Libra's scales are set to true, money returns to its rightful place, emotions soften, and the home grows warm. If this served you, leave an affirmation in the comments. Libra, I will sign. Name your 3 documents in my 30-day intention. 1 clear sentence, e.g., I will protect my money with clarity and love. Please like the video so it reaches those who need it. Share it with a friend who is carrying money stress. And subscribe to Jin's Cosmic for simple, powerful words to sign with each lunar cycle. A Libra blessing. May your luck arrive through clarity. May your balance be gentle and firm, and may your loving boundaries bring peace. Over the next 30 days, May your money be protected, your heart be steady, and your family be light.